Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
My name is Jessica Saucedo, and I'm here at Rail River Folk School. I'm one of the co-founders of this great idea that we're trying to put together, what we think is a great idea. It's a place that we're trying to create for a community here that was looking for a home for all things local and sustainable. And we're trying to create a classroom and a hands-on learning situation where you can have intergenerational learning with teaching skills that are all things sustainable and traditional in the fact that these are things that we used to do. We used to prepare our own foods. We used to preserve our own foods. We used to make our own socks. We used to do a lot of things. Grandma used to know. There's an indigenous culture here that's rich in all the traditions of how to live close to the land. We're trying to embrace that back to basics feel of do it yourself, but have roots in the community so that if you can't do it yourself, you could either learn how or create a system of delivering some of these services and goods to the general public. And we are looking for a way to incorporate art, craft, social events, music, just about anything in the gamut of what's great about northern Minnesota. You know, this is the salad garden. Our idea is that some of the older participants in our learning garden will be able to harvest this for a couple of weeks late in summer, and they'll have cucumber, lettuce, cherry tomato, a variety of other greens, and that way they can make little salad packs and they can take them right to Bemidji's Natural Choice Farmers Market with one of our sponsors of the garden, Chill Creek Ridge, and they can actually vend their little salad packs and get a market experience from what it would be if you wanted to go into the business of producing organic foods. The middle garden is a salsa garden, which ultimately will get us into the kitchen, and we will be doing a pizza sauce and a salsa, and we'll be featuring the ideas of canning, food preservation, the use of fresh herbs, working with doughs to make a pizza crust, and we're really hoping that that will be kind of the crescendo of the project as we get them into the kitchen, and then each family will be able to go home with a really nice set of cooking essentials, pot, pan, some nice stuff that gets us excited about being in the kitchen. The third garden is the traditional planting, the Three Sisters Gardens, which uses corn, beans, and squash as a companion planting, and in that lesson it teaches some stuff about seed preservation, heirloom seeds, just the idea of seed reverence. This particular trio of plants would allow us a perfect setting for a little lesson in soil and soil management. Each plant leaches in its own layer, takes different things from the soil, and also as they die and return back to the earth, again replenishes appropriate nutrients. So it's a balance. We really hope that we can get a long season here in Bemidji, and it will bring us a couple more opportunities to do this again next year. Our landlord, Jay Backstrom, has given us this space gratis for the summer, and Home Depot had given us all of the cedar for this, and then we also received a small grant from the statewide health improvement program, and our partner on the project is Simone Senegals with the Indigenous Environmental Network. So we meet here every Wednesday for open garden from 3 to 6. We feature lessons like composting. We're going to be doing one this Saturday with vermiculture, composting with worms. We'll also be doing some art activities. We're going to make a sign to honor our sponsors. And we have a lot of other things in store. So this is just one piece of Rail River Folk School, but it's one of our favorites because it gets us out in the sunshine.
I'm going to do the oldest fire starting method. This is hardwood, and this is a fire piston. This is wrapped, and this will be greased. And this right here will have the fire starting tinder will be put right in here. You can use burn cloth, or you can use the mushroom that kind of grows on the birch trees. That'll go in there. I'm going to put that burned cotton in there. It kind of looks like that. I'm going to put a little grease on here. This is mink oil and wax. You can use beeswax mixed with bear oil. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to put this in here. Same as your diesel engine. Compression of oxygen and fuel. See that? That's the char cloth is starting to glow.
Right on some char cloth.
This is more burn cloth. You see that? And if it's a windy day, just hold it up. Should be able to just hold it up like this. Did you see the movie Castaway?
I think that the community should know that Rail River Folk School is a place that we're open to ideas, and we're based in the idea that we're where the rail meets the river, and we see the river as like a natural flow of things, of how things kind of come together and flow naturally. But we're also right next to the railroad, and we feel that that's like the industriousness of getting stuff done, taking action, putting ideas into action. And it's really important for us to bring those two things together, because we're trying to foster that productivity, because we want to impact change, we want to start it here, and we want it to spread out into our community. And you know, it's really important for us to be able to speak to across generations and across any kind of cultural border, because we feel like everybody in this area has learned to survive. Within the last 70 years, we've had a lot of change in our systems, but if we go back to some of those distribution systems, some of those ways of learning that were working for our rural community a long time ago, we can really have a chance at getting some healthier foods on our plates and getting some fine quality crafts into our homes, and just really sharing what's rich with each other, and having that being an open forum always, kind of a liquid movement, but also geared in sustainability.
I think it's a pretty interesting class, and I think that more kids in the community should come and learn how to do this. It's really interesting, and it's a good experience. I never knew any of this stuff before I came here, but I learned a lot coming here.
We are at 303 Railroad Street Southwest, and our entrance is on the south. You'll see our little side entrance here, and welcome anytime. Otherwise, I'll share an entrance with the ACLU.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.